Hi students. So in today's class, we will see the topics in linear and digital integrated circuits and application. So in unit 3, that will consist of different active filters. So the in this active filters, we have see different type of what is a low pass filter and what is high pass filter and what is a band pass filter and what is all pass filter. You will see detail in this unit. So it in this so how to filters. So the basically a filter is a frequency selective circuit that passes a specified band of frequencies, and it blocks or attenuates signals of frequencies outside this band. So that filter may be classified on in a number of ways. So those ways are nothing but so one is the analog or digital, and another one is passive or active, and another one is audio or radio frequency. So the most commonly used filters are these are different types. Those are low pass filters, high pass filter, band pass filter, and the band reject filter, and all pass filter. So in this an electrical filter is often a frequency selective circuit, so that passes a specified band of frequencies, and it will blocks or attenuates signals of frequencies outside this band. So those filters may be analog or digital passive. So analog filters are designed to process analog signals, while digital filters process analog signals using digital techniques. So depending on the type of elements used in their construction, filters may be classified as passive or active. So the elements used in passive filters are resistors, capacitors, and inductors. So active filters, on the other hand, it will employs the transistors or op amps in addition to the resistors and capacitors. So the type of element used that will be dictates the operating frequency range of the filter. For example, we can consider RC filters are commonly used for audio or low frequency operation. So whereas LC or crystal filters are employed at RF or high frequencies, especially because of their high Q value. So here the Q is nothing but figure of merit. So the crystal provides more stable operation at higher frequencies. So for an active filter offers the following advantages over a passive filter. So those advantages are so gain and frequency adjustment flexibility offered in active filter, and no loading problem will be occurred. So one of the advantage in active filter over passive filter. And the cost is also one of the advantage factor in active filter. So the gain and frequency adjustment flexibility. So since the op amp is capable of providing again the input signal is not attenuated as it is in a passive filter. So in addition, the active filter is easier to tune or adjust. So the gain and the frequency adjustment will be possible, so that will be flexible in an active filter. So and coming to the loading problem, so because of the high input resistance and low output resistance of the op amp, so the active filter does not cause loading of the source or load. So and coming to the cost, so the active filters are more economical than passive filters. So this is because of the variety of cheaper op amps and the options of inductors. So the most commonly used filters, so we have different type of filters. Those are nothing but low pass filters and high pass filters, and the band pass filter, and band reject filter, and the all pass filters. So here we see the major frequency response of major active filters. So the frequency response of low pass filter and the frequency response of high pass filter and the frequency response of band pass filter and the frequency response of band reject filter and the frequency response of all pass filter. So here we have the phase shift between input and output of all pass filter. So these are different frequency response and their pass band and the stop band, and same for the high pass filters also. These have their stop band and the pass band. So here what is meant by pass band means, so in low pass filter, so it will be whatever the frequencies. So here fs is nothing but highest frequency range of the low pass filter, highest frequency. That means before the before frequencies of this fh, so that will be allowed, that range of frequencies will be allowed in low pass filter. That means low frequency low frequency parameters or factors will be allowed in low pass filter, and remaining high frequency components will be blocked or attenuates in this low pass filter. Just that is the meaning of the low pass filter allows only the low frequency component. So in case of high pass filter, so it will be eliminates or attenuates low frequency components, and it will be allows only the high frequency components, high pass filter. So in this figure 1, the frequency response characteristics of the 5 type of filters. So the ideal response is shown by the dashed curves, while the solid line will indicates the practical filter response. So here we have a blue color and that is a brown color indicated lines. So that blue color will be represents the ideal pass filter. That means so you can consider any type of filter, either it may be low pass filter or high pass or band pass or the band reject filter. So here in this response, whatever the blue color indicates, so ideal filter characteristics or ideal filter response. So here the brown color indicates the practical filter response. So here in this first diagram for low pass filter, so the low pass filter has a constant gain from 0 Hz to higher cutoff frequency fh. So in this the bandwidth we can also call it as it is the bandwidth for low pass filter, that is fh. So at fh the gain is down by 3 dB. So after that f is greater than fh, so it decreases with the increase in input frequency. So therefore the frequencies between 0 Hz and fh are known as pass band frequencies. That means in between from 0 to fh, so we can call it as pass band frequency. So after the frequencies will be greater than fh, so that will be call it as the stop band frequency. So whereas the range of frequencies, those beyond fh that are attenuated, so that will includes the stop band frequencies. So that is the working or that is working functionality of the low pass filter. So next one, next frequency response. So as indicated by the dash line, so here the ideal filter has a zero loss in its pass band and infinite loss in its stop band. So in this ideal filter response is not practical because linear networks cannot produce the discontinuous so it is possible to obtain a practical response, so that approximates the ideal response by using special design techniques as well as the component values has so we require a high speed op amps to fulfill this ideal filter characteristics. So in case Butterworth or Chebyshev or Kaiser filters, so are some of the most commonly used practical filters, so that approximate the ideal response. So the key characteristics of the Butterworth filter is that it has a flat pass band as well as a stop band. So for this reason, sometimes it will be called a flat filter. So the Chebyshev filter has a ripple pass band and the flat stop band. So it will causes the filter has a ripple pass band and ripple stop band. So we will discuss those characteristics will be discussed in Butterworth filters. So in case coming to the response of high pass filter, so in this in high pass filter it has the stop band that is 0, less than or f less than f or less than or equal to fl. So and the pass band, so that have f is greater than fl is the lower cutoff frequency and it is the operating frequency. So if the high pass filter will acts as a band pass filter, so the pass band between two cutoff frequencies, that is fh and fl, so where fh is greater than fl, so we have two stop bands. So therefore 0 in between, f will be lies in between 0 and fl, and f will lies is greater than fh. So the bandwidth of the band pass filter, so therefore it is equal to fh minus fl. So in case the same high pass will works under a band reject filter, so it will be performs exactly opposite to the band pass. So that is, it has the stop band between two cutoff frequencies, that is fh and fl, and two pass bands. So the two pass bands will lies in between, the f will lies in between 0 and fl. So that is 0 less than f less than fl, and f greater than fh. So the band reject is also called a band stop or band elimination filter. So the frequency responses of band pass and band reject filters will be shown in C diagram and in this D diagram. So in these figures, so Fc is called the center frequency, since it is approximately at the center of pass band or stop band. So in coming to figure E, so it is frequency response for frequency response of all pass filter. So it shows the phase shift between input and output voltages of an all pass filter. So this filter passes all frequencies equally well. So the output and input voltages equal in amplitude for all frequencies, with the phase shift between the two a function of frequency. So the highest frequency, it will up to which the input and output amplitudes, so remain it is equal, it's independent of unity gain bandwidth of the op amp. So at this frequency, the phase shift between the input and output is maximum. So here when we observe this is ideal and practical filters, so it will show the phase shift between the input and output of all pass filter. So the rate at which the gain of the filter changes in the stop band, so it is determined by the order of the filter. So whatever the rate that will be includes with the gain of the filter, so that will changes in stop band, and it determine the order. So either it may be first order or second order. So this is about the frequency responses of different filters. So in case of the low pass filter, we have only one pass band and stop band. In high pass also we have one stop band and pass band. So in case of band pass, so we have one pass band and the two stop band. In case of band reject filters, we have two pass bands and one stop band. So next coming to this active filter offers the following advantages over a passive filters. So that will have gain and frequency, adjustment flexibility, and the loading problem and the cost. So these are some advantages over a passive filter. So we'll see first order low pass filter. So that filter design. So this figure shows the first order low pass Butterworth filter, so that uses an RC network for filtering. So here we are using RC and components to filter that frequency components. By this combination we have to filter this RC by using these components, so we can filter for the first order low pass filter. So here we have to note that the op amp is used in the non-inverting configuration, so hence it does not load down the RC network. So here the resistors R1 and RF determine the gain of the filter. So the filtering will be done by using the RC components, and the R1 and the RF resistor will determines the gain of the filter. So according to the voltage divider rule, the voltage at the non-inverting terminal, so across this capacitor is so here we have the V1 is equal to minus JXC by R minus JXC into V1. So this is the voltage based on this equation we get by using voltage divider rule. So we have to design this low pass filter. So we have to use the following steps. So first of all we have to choose a value of high cutoff frequency FH, and it will select the value of C less than or equal to 1 microfarad. So by using this calculate the value of R. So finally we have to select R1 and RF value, so that will be equal to 1 by 2 pi FSC. So the based on that we get the gain. So that gain is equal to AF is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So the gain for the non-inverting amplifier, that is op amp, so AF is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So by using this procedure, so we have to design a first order low pass filter. So here we have equations, that is V1 by using voltage divider rule. So we have the equation, that is V1 is equal to minus JXC by R minus JXC Vin. So where XC is equal to, so 1 by 2 pi FC. So we have where XC is equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. So that the J term is equal to root of minus 1, and the JXC minus JXC is equal to 1 by J 2 pi FC. So when we substitute that conditions, that is XC value and the J conditions, then the equation will becomes minus J 1 by 2 pi FC divided by 2 pi FC R minus J by 2 pi FC V in. So when we solve the above equation, so we will get another equation, that is minus J by 2 pi FCR minus J by V1. So when we solving that equation, so we will get V1 is equal to V in by 1 plus J 2 pi FCR. So that is equal to V1 is equal to V2. So we have to substitute that V1 equation in V0. So V0 is equal to 1 plus RF by R1 into V1. So here the V1 place, so we have to substitute this equation, that is 1 plus RF by R1. So V in by 1 plus J2 pi FCR, that is equal to, so the gain of the op amp, that is V0 by V in, is equal to AF by 1 plus J by, so we can equal this term is F by FH. So where V0 by V in is the gain of the filter as a function of frequency. So that is AF is equal to 1 plus RF by R1 for pass band filter gain. So F is equal, here F is the frequency of input signal, and Fs is equal to cutoff frequency of the filter. So that is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC. So we get by using magnitude of the gain of low pass filter. So that is magnitude of V naught by Vn is equal to AF by root of 1 plus F by Fh whole square. So and we have the phase angle, so that pi is equal to tan inverse F by Fh. So at low frequencies, so we have to equal that V naught, magnitude of V naught by V1 is equal to AF. So at F is equal to Fh, so then we get AF by root 2, so that is equal to 0.707 for low frequencies, that for low pass filter. So at 0.707. So and if at F is greater than Fh, so that magnitude will be less than AF. So this is the condition for so to operate the operation of low pass can be verified from the gain magnitude equations. Gain magnitude equations. So next we will see, so that is a second order low pass filter. So in this second order low pass Butterworth filter also we have a frequency scaling and a filter design. So in this so low pass filter, so in this also we have to choose a value of a high cutoff frequency, and it will select the value of C, so less than or equal to 1 micro farad. So and based on that we have to calculate the value of R using that formula. R is equal to 1 by 2 pi FHC. So finally that selects the values of R1 and RF depend on the desired passband gain. So that is feedback gain AF is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. RF by R1. So this is the procedure we have to use for second order low pass Butterworth filter. So for this filters, so we have a problem. So we will see one example problem. So here the problem is so design a low pass filter at a cutoff frequency of 15.9 kilohertz with the pass band gain so 1.5. So here we have the solution, that is the cutoff. Already we have the given cutoff frequency is Fh is equal to 15.9 kilohertz, and in step 2 we have to choose the capacitor value, that is 0.001 microfarad. So again step 3 we have to by using the above values, that means by using Fh and C we have to calculate the higher frequency, that is the cutoff frequency Fh. So that Fh is equal to 1 by 2 pi RC, 1 by 2 pi RC. So already we know Fh value, so that will be substitute in Fh place 15.9 into 10 cube because it's has kilohertz, 15.10 into 10 cube. So that is equal to 1 by 2 pi. We don't know the R value, so we have to substitute the C value, 2 pi R into 0.001 into 10 to the power of minus 6 microfarads. So by calculating, so whenever we are solving that equation, so we get from that equation we get the R value. So R is equal to so 10 kilo ohms. So for frequency scaling, so we have to use 20 kilo ohms. So at the in again so we have to calculate the pass band gain. So already that will be given in the problem. So that is AF is equal to gain for a filter, that is equal to 1.5. So AF is equal to 1 plus RF by R1, 1 plus RF by R1. So RF divided by R1 is equal to 0.5. So 1 minus 1.5, so we get the 0.5. So from that we have to calculate that RF value, so that is equal to 0.5 into R1. So R1 is equal, so we know R1 R value is 10 kilo ohms, so RF is equal to 5 kilo ohms. So 5 kilo ohms. So this is a example problem. So how to design a low pass filter by given cutoff frequency with a pass band gain. So and the frequency response, so the frequency response of the any low pass filter, so we have calculate that it is the transfer function of the filter, so that is expressed in terms of v naught by v1 is equal to magnitude of v naught by v naught by vn. So from that we have to calculate that frequency response. So this is about a simple low pass filter. So in next class we will see what is a high pass filter and band pass and the band stop filter and all pass filter. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe DBS Talks.